What if I told you that the workout you swore would make you feel young again is actually what's destroying your energy, your motivation, and your body? No, it's not an exaggeration. It's an uncomfortable truth that thousands of women discover too late. What worked at 25 can be a total disaster at 45. And today I want to tell you the story of a woman who could be you. Her name is Clara. She's 48 years old, and she's always been active. She loved to move, dance, go for walks. But after 40, something changed. She started to feel heavier, drained of energy. So she did what anyone would do. She sought professional help. She hired a personal trainer, joined a gym, changed her diet. They promised her quick results. If you try hard enough, you'll feel like you used to, they told her. But instead of getting better, she got worse. Intense cardio, high-intensity classes, hours of high-impact workouts. Clara did it all. But after just a few weeks, she began to feel like her body wasn't responding. Knee pain, insomnia, irritability, constant hunger, and the most frustrating part, she was gaining weight, even while eating less than ever. Her trainer repeated a line we've all heard, "You just need to push harder." But Clara wasn't failing. Her body was crying out for help, begging for a different approach, and no one was listening. This is not an isolated case. It's what thousands of women experience every year. Women who think they're doing something wrong, when in reality they're following rules that no longer apply. They're following routines designed for 25-year-old bodies with 25-year-old hormones and 25-year-old metabolisms when theirs have already changed completely. And you know what? It's not your fault. After 40, the body enters a completely different stage. Estrogen production drops, collagen breaks down faster, joints become more sensitive, and the hormonal system begins to behave differently. What once made you feel alive now leaves you exhausted, inflamed, and frustrated. Extreme exercise raises your cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and when cortisol remains elevated, your body enters alert mode. It starts storing fat, especially around the abdomen. You struggle to sleep, your anxiety spikes, your energy disappears. Your body doesn't know you're working out to feel good. It just detects constant danger. And still, many women blame themselves. I must be doing something wrong, they think. But they're not doing anything wrong. They're just training as if they were 25, when what they really need is a completely different approach. And this is where everything changes. What you need is not more effort, not more cardio. What you need is strategy, smart movement, respect for your body in this new stage of life. And that starts by understanding that your joints no longer absorb impact the way they used to, that your ligaments are more fragile, that collagen doesn't regenerate as quickly, that what used to be a minor ache can now become an injury that takes weeks to heal. Every jump you do, every burpee, every slam into the floor, your body feels it twice or 3 times. And if you don't give it time to recover, it simply shuts down. It stops responding. It stops progressing. It protects itself. It defends itself. And you get frustrated because you're doing everything right, but not seeing results. It's time to change the narrative. Your body doesn't need punishment. It needs strategy. Instead of wild cardio, it needs functional strength. Instead of repetitive impact, it needs control. And instead of torture routines, it needs awareness, attention, and respect. Enter a tool that many women have underestimated for years: resistance bands. Yes, those elastic bands that look simple but hold incredible power. Resistance bands are not gym toys. They're not just for beginners. They are one of the most effective and safest ways to train after 40. Why? Because they activate your muscles deeply and consistently, without the destructive impact of traditional training. When you train with bands, you work in time under tension. That means your muscles stay active throughout the entire movement. No momentum, no resting, just real activation. And that brings immediate benefits: less inflammation, more muscle tone, better posture, and a metabolism that starts firing up again. Plus, bands respect your body. They don't pound your knees. They don't wear out your hips. They don't inflame your shoulders. And yes, you can use them from home. No weights, no machines, no schedule. But that's not all. After 40, many women begin to experience something called sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass. It's natural, but if you don't do something about it, you can lose up to 8% of your muscle per decade. And with less muscle, everything gets harder. Your metabolism slows down, your posture slouches, your balance weakens, and fat, especially abdominal fat, settles in uninvited. The solution: functional training with resistance bands. A workout system that works with you, not against you. That adapts to your biology. That doesn't demand more than you can give, but still gives back strength, energy, and confidence. Now that you understand why traditional workouts don't work after 40, let's talk about what does work. About how to regain your energy, your metabolism, and your figure, without destroying your joints, your mood, or your self-esteem. Imagine a workout routine you can do at home, without machines, without jumping, without noise, and that still activates your metabolism, tones your muscles, improves your posture, and strengthens your balance. It's not a fantasy. It's exactly what happens when you train strategically with resistance bands. Let's look at some concrete examples. Band row. Wrap the band around your feet, sit with a straight back, and pull the ends toward your chest. This exercise strengthens your upper back, improves posture, and prevents the hump many women develop with age. It also reduces neck and shoulder pain. Banded squats. Band above the knees, activates the glutes, strengthens the hips, and stabilizes the knees. One of the best ways to prevent falls and injuries. Done with control, it's a powerhouse for your body's foundation. Glute bridge with band, lying on your back with knees bent, and the band around your thighs. Slowly lift your hips. This activates the pelvic floor, improves circulation in the pelvic area, and can even help with mild incontinence issues. Modified plank with band around wrists, in a plank position on your knees, arms extended. The band adds tension to the shoulders as you engage your core. It's ideal for strengthening your midsection without overloading the back or arms. And the best part, if you do all these movements slowly, consciously, and with control, they don't just transform your body, they transform your mind. Because you start reconnecting with yourself. You stop feeling weak, clumsy, or disconnected. You start feeling strong, capable, grounded. And that feeling, believe me, is worth more than any number on the scale. This approach has a scientific basis. When you perform gentle but sustained exercises, your body doesn't feel threatened, it feels safe. And that changes everything. When your body feels safe, cortisol levels drop, endorphins, dopamine, and serotonin increase, sleep improves, anxiety decreases, metabolism activates. Did you know that training with resistance bands and mindful movement can trigger the production of BDNF? That's a protein that protects the brain, improves memory, and prevents cognitive decline. It also enhances mind-body connection. And all this without exhaustion, injury, or guilt. Because this is not about sweating to death. It's about taking care of yourself intelligently. And now that we've talked about muscles and movement, it's time to address another key pillar: nutrition. After 40, many women continue eating as they did at 30 or worse, like they did during restrictive diets in the 90s. The result: more hunger, more anxiety, more fat storage. Because starving yourself doesn't make you slimmer, it makes you slower, more fragile, and more stressed. And worst of all, it makes your body hold onto fat as a defense mechanism. So what should you do? Eat better, with more purpose, with more strategy. Here's a breakdown of a smart plate for this stage of life. Protein at every meal: eggs, chicken, fish, legumes, tofu, whatever you prefer. But a real portion, not just a spoonful. Protein is key to maintaining muscle mass, controlling appetite, regulating blood sugar, and feeling full. Healthy fats: avocado, olive oil, nuts, seeds. They won't make you fat. In fact, they regulate your hormones and give you steady, long-lasting energy. A variety of vegetables: the more color, the better. They provide fiber, antioxidants, and volume without excess calories. Smart carbs: yes, you can eat rice, oats, quinoa, sweet potato. The key is in the portions and timing, ideally in the first half of the day. Real hydration: water, herbal teas, broths. Limit coffee, especially in the afternoon. Too much caffeine can disrupt your sleep and raise cortisol levels. And one powerful tip: eat slowly, chew well, breathe, put your phone away. When you eat with awareness, digestion improves, your body relaxes, and your metabolism thanks you. But we're still missing one essential pillar: real rest. Good sleep isn't a luxury, it's a priority. And it's not enough to just close your eyes. You need to create rituals that prepare your body for deep, restorative rest. Here are some ideas that have changed many women's lives. Turn off screens at least 1 hour before bedtime. Avoid heavy or sugary dinners. Sip on chamomile or lavender tea. Take 10 deep breaths before bed. Write down 3 positive things from your day. Thank your body for what it did today. When you sleep well, your muscles repair, your hormones regulate, your nervous system resets, your metabolism balances, and most importantly, your body exits survival mode and enters harmony. You don't have to fight yourself anymore. You don't have to train like you're 25. Today, you can build a version of you that's stronger, wiser, and happier, without guilt, without pain, without obsession. Because your body isn't broken, it was just waiting for you to understand it. And if this message resonated with you, share it with another woman. Maybe she also needs to hear that she's not failing, she just needs a new strategy. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and join us on this new path, a path of awareness, strength, and balance. See you in the next video.